Okay, here we are. Wanted to talk to you about two very distinct areas related to getting people signed up, getting them on board, and then obviously delivering services to them, right? So these two distinct areas, people very often think of it as one area, but I think it's very important to make it clear that these are two separate areas. You have marketing, right? This is promoting your services, your major services, I believe, and ascending your clients to further services that will further their business, further their use of the tools that you can provide in order that they succeed. Resolve the situations and problems that they face, do the work that they don't want to do, whatever it might be. But as you provide that value and they receive that value, they're going to grow and expand, and you want to take them to the next level. So there's going to be a next level service for you that you will want them to sign up for. So the second major area I put under the heading of business development. And, this is essentially getting new people into your business, signing them up for services. Sometimes there are free services that you offer, and then cheaper services to, contribute more to what they got out of that free document. So I have a series of productivity secrets, over a dozen, and that can be sent out for free, just with a paragraph of material, and then from there, from receiving that for information, you can then say, hey, look, I'm glad that you downloaded this. I'm glad that you're reading it, and this is something you're serious about enough to find tools and that you can apply. I've gone into more depth on this in my courses and workshops, but I have recordings of a more in-depth material regarding each of those tools, which I'd love to provide for you, and you can purchase it for $47. So they'll like, great, I want more help, more ways in which I can apply this, and sign up for it. $50, great, that's fantastic. And the people working in this area, this is important to build the relationships, lots of rapport, lots of orientation, indoctrination in our principles and purposes, the why we do what we do, how we do it, etc. Is a whole different mindset than working with major clients who are already indoctrinated, already know what's what, and ready to level up. And it's a whole different way in which you go about doing business and getting people signed up and marketing to your clients. Very often you're dealing with cold or warm prospects, but more on the colder end, typically when they're new, or if you're trying to get people back on board that have fallen off. So it definitely requires more work, more tools, more demonstrations, more activities, more events, all of the things that warm up and build the relationship and establish a relationship. And again, it's a whole different mentality than the major marketing area and what they're expected to do and how they operate with professional receivers of our materials and indoctrination and principles, and those who apply what we provide. And so I think it's very important to keep these separate. I basically built a whole business development area in a firm I worked at. They didn't have a business development area, really. Not at all. It was all under marketing. So, I rose up to being vice president. I was so damn good at it, frankly, that I was given that title and I rose up to that position. So I know a great deal about the distinction between those two. And when everything's aligned, channeling people into the services that you provide through business development, and then further moving them along in the organization to a point where they get a major service, and then taking them through and leveling them up in their business, in what they do, in what you provide to them, and then getting them that next major level of service, and taking them beyond. I mean, creating events where they can bring introductions, so that those introductions are met in the realm of business development, and then can be handled by business development and brought onto services, provide those services, and then move themselves into major services. This is quite a machine that you're building in order to ensure that everything's running smoothly, and people come in and through the services, through to the major services, and then ascend essentially up the value ladder to, in the best case scenario, you're in a circle. And, you know, realizing that there is this distinction, that you can't just, you know, sell people on a $25,000 service out the gate, that it's important that people can, you know, build their understanding of the value, get indoctrinated in the philosophy and principles and know-how that you have, that you provide, ensures that somebody can ascend quickly, but they ascend properly. And also, you know, you're not just killing future major sales, by asking for major purchases from people too soon, too early, without the adequate indoctrination. And this is one of the most important things that we're going to work on. I mean, that I work on in my organization, my activities. It's got me lots of sales. You know, I have had more sales through business development than in a shorter period of time than in when I was trying to sell major services only. And this is one of the reasons why it's so important for me to offer it to you and provide it to you, to ensure that your organization is bringing people in, keeping them active, creating a great experience for them, giving them opportunities to bring referrals and introductions into your sphere without any fear of being asked to purchase major services or do that at any of those activities that they're being brought to. But the machine works so that the business development of handling people properly and correctly in that environment, and then when the time comes when they move over into major services, they're also being handled properly and correctly in order to get the full benefit of what they've purchased and get to a position where they're able to go to the next level. So guys, this is something that is important to put in place into your organization. And I'd love to help you do it. All right, guys, all the best. And next time, talk to you next time.